Good morning, friends and family. This is Latoya Tillett with Tax Plus Financial Services. How are you all today? It is a rainy day here in Southern California. We're getting some thunder and lightning. It is so cool to listen to. I just don't want to be outside in it, okay? Let me tell you. Um, I'll admit I am a little afraid of thunder and lightning, a little bit. But yeah, I'm not gonna go outside in it. I'm gonna stay in the house. So now that we got that part out of the way, today I want to kind of talk to you guys a little bit about what really happens with the IRS. I'll keep it nice and short. Just be respectful of your time and everything, but you can always go back and watch it later. So just wanted to let you know what really happens when you owe the IRS. Okay, now on a personal level, when you owe the IRS, let's say you end up owing 1 year, but in subsequent years, you're scheduled to get a refund. It happens. It happened to me. There was 1 year where we ended up owing quite a bit of money because, businesses were going well and, we had to put everything on our Schedule Cs and all that stuff. But we had to, of course, make a payment arrangement because we didn't want to drop such a big check at that time, nor could we. So to be honest, I just wanted to let you guys know what really happens when you owe the IRS. So the first thing is that a lot of people may not know is that as long as you carry a balance with the IRS, they charge you interest daily. Yes, you heard that correct. They charge you daily interest, okay? Another thing that happens when you owe the IRS, you can make a payment arrangement to pay, a minimum amount. You could either pay the minimum amount they set aside for you, and if you cannot afford that minimum amount, then you will have to submit like bank statements or something to that nature that proves to them why you can't afford to pay what they think you should be able to pay every month. And so you can do that and set up those payment arrangements, but I want you to know that when you set up those payment arrangements and you're making your monthly payments, it does take your balance down a little bit, but you're still incurring interest every day. And so what ends up happening is, let's say you owe for 2019, but you're supposed to get a refund in 2020. Even though you have your payment arrangements and you're making your monthly payments, that refund that you're scheduled to get for 2020, they are going to keep that and apply that towards your balance. So as long as you have a balance, they will continue to take your refunds and continue to take your monthly payments as well. But you will not get your refunds until that balance is completely paid off. And a lot of people don't know that. I have clients that come to me all the time and say, hey, I made a payment arrangement with the IRS. Why are they still taking my refund? Well, because you still have a balance. So that's why that's happening, if you're wondering, okay? Another thing that they don't tell people out there in the general public, or, you may know, you may not, but this is something that I learned along the way, the hard way, is that when your balance is completely paid off, and I would suggest that you wait until your balance is completely paid off because you will incur interest every day. This is what I'm saying, the interest. Let's focus on that part. What you can do is once your balance is completely paid off with the IRS, you can call them back and tell them, hey, my account's paid off now. I want my interest back. Guess what? They have to give that back to you. They don't tell you though, right? Did anybody know that? I didn't know that until it happened to me. And I luckily got a nice IRS representative on the phone, and she's like, hey, when you get this paid off, you can go ahead and just call us back, ask for your interest back. And I was like, really? I didn't know that. I'm like, wow, how cool is that? Because by the time everything had incurred, we racked up over $2,200 worth of interest. So you can call and get that interest money back when you're paying them. Now, on the business side, when you owe the IRS, you have to make sure you pay them. You can also make payment arrangements for that as well, but you want to make sure that you pay them so that it doesn't affect your entity or your good standing of your corporation, your LLC, or your, your partnership, nonprofit, all of that. So make sure, well, nonprofits, you don't necessarily pay taxes, but you still have to file your reports, because if you don't file for 3 years in a row, this is for my nonprofit people, if you don't file for 3 consecutive years, then they can suspend your nonprofit status, okay? So just wanted to give you guys a quick little tip on what really happens when you owe the IRS, because a lot of people don't really know how it works. And again, they assume I'm making monthly payments, I'm gonna always get my refunds, but that's not the case. They're gonna keep those refunds. You're gonna keep making your monthly payments, and they're gonna continue to take those refunds until that balance is paid off if you are due a refund. So it's not really a horrible thing to owe the IRS, because if you owe them, that means you did really well and you made quite a bit of money to where, they feel like you shouldn't be hurting. So, in most cases, but, in all life's business endeavors, we, sometimes we fail, or sometimes things don't go well, and, we may not be making the same revenue that we were generating the year before, or 2 years prior before. And, by then it's like, oh my goodness, I can't make these payments. I need to, I need my refunds. But yeah, they're going to keep them until your balance is paid off. So I hope this has been helpful for you and kind of cleared up a little bit of, wondering as to what happens when you're owing the IRS, and how come, you're making your monthly payments and you're still not getting your refunds. This is exactly why. And make sure once you get that balance paid off, you call them and tell them you want your interest back. All right, this is Latoya Tillett, Tax Plus Financial Services, with another midweek tax help. Hope to see you guys soon. I'll always get with a reputable tax preparer. If you are not familiar with preparing your own tax returns, if you're not a preparer yourself, please look for a reputable tax preparer. Or if you need somebody, or you need some help with something, feel free to reach out to us, 909-494-2280. See you next week.